How you going, man?
Great, Sam. How's things?
Things are good. It's good to be home for a bit.
Where is home in Australia?
In Sydney, in
In
uh,
Sydney?
in Erskineville.
Lovely. I'm a Sydney boy, but living in Brisbane.
Are you? Oh man, you should come out to the show.
I plan to on Thursday.
Love it. Hell yeah.
Yeah, one of the last at the zoo. You get to say goodbye.
I did just see that. That's crazy.
It's a bit sad. It's
a big
sad, but the industry's a little interesting right now, so we have to.
You're telling me.
Yeah, we have to roll with the punches.
Right.
I said to someone the other day, and I'll say it as bluntly as possible. Unfortunately, the industry is in the shitter, but we don't need people putting their fingers on the flush button.
100%. 100%. I'm with you. It's interesting to see how well like stadiums are doing and arenas are doing. But yeah, it's a shame. It's a bummer. It's really sad.
Do you think that post-COVID influx probably didn't help everyone getting out, doing all their rescheduled dates?
It was probably overwhelming to the fan because you have everyone from the top down trying to go out and play shows. And so are they going to go see a band that they like and they're smaller, or are they going to go see, Taylor Swift?
Yeah. Well, hey, Tay didn't come to Brisbane.
Didn't she?
No.
Taylor. All right. Well, I'm coming. So
I don't think we had the infrastructure available at the time, just due to the amount of shows that were on.
So it's just insane what she's able to do.
Yeah. But let's talk about a show that's on yours this Thursday. Well, it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Your shows. And look, 6 months into your album cycle, so to speak, how have you found the response?
It has been great. I mean, the response to the album was really, really positive, and overall, I think people have been stoked with it. It's kind of been an interesting journey because this city came out in 1945, and the album took. I wish it had come out a couple years ago.
Yep.
So yeah, I feel like I'm playing catch up, but in a way, it feels like the end of an era putting out this album. And yeah, but the response has been great. People are really liking the music, and that's all I can ask for. And I'm really, really proud of the album. And I think it thankfully translates to a really exciting live show. And everything feels elevated, and it feels good to have an album out,
Yeah. While you say it's like the end of an era, do you feel that by not coming out a few years ago has allowed the album a little bit more breathing room?
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. No. No, I really do wish that it had come out a couple of years ago, because there are songs on there that I wrote in 2017, and I feel like, even though I'm really, really proud of the songs and they will forever mean a lot to me, a lot of the songs have changed in meaning from when I wrote them to now. And personally, it's not that deep for me, and I'm always happy to play songs that are out, that I've written. But I would have loved to have had a body of work when there were, the world's eyes were really focused on me.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have given everyone kind of this is the sonic world that anyone who's a fan of me will live in for the next 2 years, and I'll give you another part of the world. And now I feel like I don't want to give anyone any breathing room at all. So, I've, since putting out the album, I had the Guy Sebastian collaboration, I had the Toby Romeo collab, and now I've got my next single coming May 17th, which is a continuation really of the sonic world of the album, but just on my own terms in a way. And I'm really excited to start that adventure. So So no, I wish I hadn't given so much breathing room.
Now, I need to go back a little bit. I read that you went to Berkeley in Boston. So I always hear about lots of US artists going to Berkeley. You're the first Aussie I know of that went to Berkeley. There's probably plenty others. But how did Berkeley shape you as an artist?
I don't think Berkeley shaped me as an artist, if I'm totally honest. I think as a musician, it helped me. As a songwriter, it helped me. But maybe only because there was one of my professors was Kara Diaguardi, who's an unbelievably accomplished songwriter and really like a true like visionary and mogul in the music industry. And you know, I presented a song to her and she said, "I bet you get away with writing shit songs because you can sing them well." And that like it was, first of all, like so like gutting to hear that, but at the same time it made me really like hone my craft and think about just how I wanted to say things. And she also, you know, gave the example of good songs are songs that take concepts that are universal. So like, for example, like love, like or let's say sex, like no one, and saying them in a way that's never been said before. So like when Gaga said, "I want to take a ride in your disco stick,"
Yep.
it was like, okay, like that will stick with me forever.
Yeah.
And then you have Ed Sheeran, who's the best love songwriter on the planet, and like he's said "I love you" in more ways than anyone could have ever heard to say that. So I would say as an artist, Berkeley was not helpful.
Right. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, like, you know, Berkeley is the science of music instead of like the music industry or artistry. I think in a way, like I'm grateful to have gone to Berkeley and I met a lot of amazing people there, but in a way I think it probably hurts artists because, you know, like every professor thinks that their way of doing things is the right way. And when you're an artist, you're trying to figure out what your perspective is and your point of view and what your brand and your sound and everything is. So I think life is a better indication of artistry than, or rather, sorry, a better motivation of artistry than Berkeley was for me.
Okay, so I'm going to expand on that. So one of my favorite songwriters is Desmond Child, who has written Everyone and Anyone. And he always says that when you go into a collaboration, you should have a song title in your back pocket. Do you always think when you go into something, you should already have a title in your back pocket ready to work with?
I think if you're going in to write for someone else, it's always good to be prepared.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's good advice. Definitely. I don't think like you always need to, because the amount of times that I've gone into sessions and thought, I really don't know what I want to say today, what I want to write, and then something will come through just conversation, because every writing session starts with like an hour or two of just talking. And I would say more often than not, the idea that I come in with is superseded by the conversation that we have, and we all figure, you know, in a conversation you find things to relate to, and when everyone clicks on something, it's like, oh, let's write about that.
Yeah.
So I think yeah, come in with ideas. It makes it easier for you, but leave your ego at the door and be, you know, willing to adapt and take someone else's idea.
Yep, cool. Now, I've been checking out this Instagram of yours and the sandwiches. Okay, so
yeah, more focus on the sandwiches.
Right. So two-part question. What's been your favorite purchased sandwich recently? And what is your go-to homemade sandwich?
Okay. Purchased sandwich recently. Oh my God, I don't even know where it was from, but it was this morning. I did where? You know what? Beantown Cafe in Newtown has an unbelievable breakfast sandwich. Like, they have chili jam on it. You know, rules for me are I don't want any, like, in a breakfast burrito, I don't want any potatoes. I don't want any black beans. Leave the starch at the door. It's already thick enough. A little like sauce element, a little tang is always nice. Beantown has an amazing breakfast sandwich. And what's the best sandwich I make at home? Listen, I am such a terrible cook, and so my favorite thing to eat is Vegemite toast with cheese on it. So
there you go.
It's not.
I guess if you put the two bits of bread together, it qualifies as a sandwich.
100%. Yeah.
All right. So the 3 shows this week, what are fans going to expect from these shows?
A lot of energy. So much energy. The arrangements are sick. The transitions are sick. There's a special element that threads the entire show. It's a much more exciting show than I think people who listen to my music would imagine from me. You know, so much mad respect for Lizzie McAlpine to be able to just come out and present the songs as is, because she is like, you know, head and shoulders above everyone else when it comes to like emoting in her songs. But for me, I want to give people a show, and I want people to stand there for an hour and a half and kind of, I don't know. I think, you know, I want people to, and it's not an hour and a half, it's like an hour and 15. But I want people to just like kind of be like, oh my God, all of a sudden it's over and I've had the best time of my life. Yeah, it's a lot of energy. It's sick. I'm really proud of it. My MD, my guitarist, Martin, has absolutely crushed it. My band is killing, and yeah, it's going to be an amazing night.
Well, let's do an hour and a half, and let's just get one of those long-winded encores with the claps and the cheers and the,
you know, one thing about,
oh shit, better go to merch and get something.
Yeah. Definitely go to merch. But one thing about me is I don't do encores. I don't believe in them. I don't want to, because I don't think in this day and age there is any true encore. I think encores used to be way more authentic, where, you know, bands would go off stage and people would literally just not leave until they came back on and play another. Now it's almost built into the set, you know. And I loved, there was a video going around of Ray at her show before she went off stage. She was like, okay, listen, I am going to do an encore. And what I want is for you guys to, you know, chant my name or chant one more song or like get really loud. And, you know, I'm being honest with you here because I don't like when people pretend like they will or won't, like, will they or won't they? So like, I am going to do it. And so I think that's funny, and I would maybe do that. But I would rather give everyone everything and then be like, look, you can go home now. it's
nice.
Like, it's okay. You can go home. All the hits have been played. All the deep cuts have been played. I've given you everything. There is nothing left.
Now, my next crazy question. I've got them all. Okay. So again, when I interview people, I always like to hit up the socials and do a bit of a dive.
Love it.
Is there a thing with your fans and matching outfits? Because there are a couple of comments that are like, my girlfriend and I are going to wear matching outfits. What should we wear? Are you now Sam Fischer fashion advisor?
Hell yeah. Absolutely. Everyone should wear Sam Fischer themed clothes to my shows. Yes. In short, yes.
So do we have a fashion label coming soon then?
Yeah, let's manifest that. I'm all for that.
Matching by Sam.
There you go. Yeah. You know,
copyright me.
All my yeah. All my merch has a little heart on it, and the tagline is, you know, there's nothing wrong with wearing a little heart in your sleeve. And you know, I would love that to become a thing. I think it's really sweet. It's very cool that people would like to wear something with my name, my likeness on it to my shows. I think it's, you know, it's the coolest thing ever.
Have people had that tattooed on their actual sleeve?
Yeah, some people have, and it's pretty mad to see.
Yeah.
It's weird that like there are quite a few people who have my like handwriting on their bodies forever. So
Hopefully in non-inappropriate places.
you know what? Let it be in inappropriate places. That's fine with me.
Look at you. Fantastic. You know, matched by Sam, get your tattoos, come to the show, buy merch, and fuck the encore.
There you go. 100. You summed it up perfectly.
Awesome. Sam, I'm going to see you in a couple of days.
Yes,
it's a lovely public holiday up here, so we're relaxing.
Wow. So good.
Yeah, well, Queensland is the giver of all of the public holidays.
Love that. Oh, it's a public holiday on Thursday?
No, today. So, like, we're pretending that today is really busy, when in fact, my busy part is preparing to chat with you.
Well, I appreciate you working on your public holiday.
Oh, when does the music business sleep, Sam?
Oh, man, I wish it would.
I know.
I wish it would.
That was called COVID. We're back now.
COVID for me was as busy as it gets. So
I bet you've been writing up a storm.
I mean, this city would not rest, and it still hasn't. And I'm very grateful for it, but I'm ready for a sleep.
Awesome, man. I'm going to let you finish your afternoon, and I'll see you in a few days.
Cheers, man. Can't wait.
Thanks. See you soon.